Once you have in all of your lines, we're going to cut away the dart intake. So I'm cutting right on this dart leg, and I'm going to remove the intake from the pattern. I'm cutting all the way to the apex. And I'm going to remove the paper completely. So this is my existing dart. I'm now going to transfer this dart to the mid armhole. So now that I've drawn in my new location, I am going to slash to my apex, and I'm going to cut 2 but not through the apex, and then I'm going to close the dart here, and we're going to tape it closed. And then my dart is open here. Now, there's a couple of different things you can do with this dart intake. We can add seam allowance, or we can put paper in here, and we can actually fold the intake. I'm going to put paper underneath. Make sure you tape it securely. Whenever you're working with patterns, you don't want a lot of paper hanging off your work. So I'm going to cut the excess away. And you want to make sure that you tape both sides. You don't want to pick up your work and you have a lot of paper hanging off. So I'm going to tape both sides down. It's really important to be neat. Neat, neat, neat. Can't stress that enough. Okay? So this is my new dart. I'm going to continue using the 1-inch back off point. So this is how this works. I'm going to measure the dart intake. I'm trying to find the center. I have a 2-inch opening, which means the center is at 1 inch. So I'm going to mark 1 inch. After I found the center of the dart, I am going to draw a line from the apex through the center of the dart. And because I have a 1-inch back off from my apex, I am measuring 1 inch on the center of that dart. So from the apex to the dart end is going to be 1 inch. Once I have the dart in, I'm going to draw in my new dart legs. So I'm going from here to the dart end. This intake is going to be folded, so I'm going to fold the intake as if the dart were sewn. I'm going to fold this side of the dart right along that dart leg, right along this line. And then I'm going to bring this line on top of this line. Dart leg on top of dart leg. You want to make sure when you're folding it that you don't fold past where the dart ends. So we're just pretending like this is actually sewn. Remember, your pattern is not going to lay flat because you have the bust right here. Once we've done that, I am going to trim this excess paper, and that's going to give me the shape of my dart intake. I'm looking to see what the shape is here. Let's say you folded it and you got a weird shape like this. If something like this happened, you have to go back in and you have to blend with your tool. You can't have a jog like this on your pattern. But when I'm folding this, dart leg on top of dart leg, it ends up lining up. So all I'm going to do is trim away the excess paper. Once that's trimmed away, that's telling me what the intake shape should be. Now, why is that important? Your sewer can tell by the way the intake is shaped how she's going to fold the dart. Does this intake go down or does it go up? So let's see what happens if I fold it the wrong way. If I'm at the machine and I'm not sure which way the intake goes, and I try and fold it the wrong way, what's gonna happen is it's not gonna match. If you can see, the edge here doesn't match the edge of this, so when you're sewing it, it might not catch. So your dart intake helps the sewer to know which way the dart is folded. It kind of fits like a puzzle. When I do it that way, it fits exactly. So once you have that information, you're going to put in your notches. The notches go right on the dart leg. And then you also need a punch hole. Our punch hole is going to be 1/2 inch from the dart end. So again, I'm still using this center line. I backed off 1 inch, and now I'm coming in 1/2 inch. And my punch hole is going to be circled in red. Punch holes are always circled in red. And make sure that you actually use your tool or a push pin or an awl to put that hole there for your cutter.